This is Kathy. I thought I would come to you today with a little bit of a recovery workout just because I'm working on letting my body rest this next week since I've been just working out really, challenging workouts for the past 3 months. So I really kind of want to give myself a little rest. And also I noticed that I have tightness in my hip area, a little bit in my lower back, felt a little tweaking, and also in my knees. So it just means that, I have to work on the imbalances. I have to help kind of relax them, let them rest, as well as work out any tight knots or imbalance is something that I can kind of help recover the best as possible. And I do recommend highly a foam roller. Now this is a crazy foam rumble roller, so you can see there's little spikes in here. Please don't recommend starting here. This is the one that I have handy right now, but honestly, find the softest ones. If you notice, some of them are mostly the light colored whites are going to be a little bit lighter on on your body, so you're going to have a little bit less pressure, which is going to be a welcome relief for you in the beginning because it's going to be enough. If you're somebody that already has done a lot of the rumble rolling, or the self-myofascial release is the proper term for it, but foam rolling, for a simpler term, you can kind of go up into a darker color. So there's like the black or the dark gray colors. They're a little bit more of a firm foam, so that it's going to be a little bit more pressure. So you'll be working your body against the roller, against gravity. So this is going to help. And if you want to imagine yourself getting a deep tissue massage, this is kind of be a little bit on what you're going to be experiencing. So I'm going to take you through a short little rolling workout. A lot of people talk about this. I hear more and more people don't really know what it means. They're like, yeah, I heard about it, but I don't know what it means. So I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit because I know it's super, super helpful. It will help you if you're having just tightness in your body, your imbalance, even your workouts. Maybe you're not able to do some of the movements in your workout just because you're tight in certain areas or something doesn't feel right or your body's imbalanced in some way. So we're going to help fix that. So first things first, make sure you have my water here. Make sure you always have water nearby. But we're going to go ahead and put the roller. You sit on a mat or on the floor. And I do this in my bare feet. You can do your shoes on, it doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is we're going to start rolling out your calves. Now I have tight calves. So if you really have calves that don't bother you, you're not going to need to spend a lot of time here. But I'm going to show you either way. We're going to go ahead and bring yourself back so that you're right on the ankle area. I'm not going to stack my other leg only because it gives a little bit more pressure, a lot more pressure, and I'm not ready for that yet with my calves just because they are super tight. I'm going to give you 3 options. Option 1, keep yourself on the floor, okay? And you're just going to turn. So I'm going to turn side to side. Now, the point here now when you find a tight spot is just to sit there, okay? Your tendency usually is to run away from it, move away from it, get off of it completely. Don't do that. Try to fight that and just really focus in on breathing. So focus if you were to do a deep yoga pose and you're really feeling that stretch. If you don't do yoga, you won't know what that even feels like yet. But if you do, or if you just focus on doing a hard, difficult, challenging movement and really breathing through it and getting through it the best that you can, you're going to be able to kind of feel what that feels like. If this doesn't feel enough pressure, next level is just to lift your hips off of the floor, okay? Third level is to stack that other leg. Like I said, I don't need this because I'm going to feel it enough. So what I like to do is just to kind of twist it side to side. And I want you to find your breathing. Okay, so you're going to shift it all the way to the inside, almost till you're coming to your shin. Yeah? And then I don't feel too much tightness, so I'm going to kind of move. And I feel a little bit of tightness here. I'm going to stop. Now again, if it gets unbearable, I can drop my hips. I can stay there. The goal is to not move your leg off of there, okay, or just to give up, okay, or to roll up and down the leg without any kind of full focus, okay. We want to make sure that there's a reason for what we're doing. The madness, right? It's a little bit mad, and I'm rotating to the outside, and I'm feeling it, so I'm just going to breathe. So when we feel a tight area, that means stop. Take a moment and breathe. Now, if my arms are starting to feel tired, because I know sometimes our arms are tired, our forearms get a little bit weak. A lot of us have issues with our wrists. You can use a stand here. They have those push-up stands you can hold on to. You can just grip a flat-sided dumbbell. Put your hands on there. Push yourself up. If bringing on your knuckles feels good, it doesn't feel good to me. So I just like to drop it and then realign. And then I'm going to move up a little bit, and again, I'm going to turn to the inside. And now I feel a little tightness here, so I'm going to hold it here and I'm going to breathe. How are you doing so far? Good. And then we're just going to roll it down a little bit. So the idea is really slow. And here you're maybe feeling a little tightness, but this is not the worst part, or the tightest part, I should say. Not the worst. Nothing's bad. It's not the tightest area of your body. So, you know, if it might be a little bit tight, that's okay. It will get better the more often you do this. And I'm going to roll down a little bit again. Good. And I'm going to rotate to the back. And I feel a little tension there. So kind of really right at the back of my calves, that's where I feel a lot of it. Also on the inside. So as I start to rotate inside, I'll feel a little bit more. And if I feel a lot, I'm just going to hold it, even if I have to drop down. Try not to put shoulder pressures in your shoulder if you're lifting your hips. And then I rotate. Oh, I bring it down a little bit, or up a little bit as I'm rolling down. And I'm going to rotate to the outside. And a little tiny pocket, so I hold it until that pocket releases. And as I do so, I don't hold my breath. I'm breathing. See, I'm dropping and I'm lifting up, so do what feels good for you. And I'm rotating to the outside. Now this rumble roller, I have it because I'm working on P90X2 at the moment, and this was the roller that I didn't have, and I thought do the next level. So I bought this with the package. Everything is online. You can find everything online. You know, if you're a Beachbody customer, you can definitely, oh, I feel that right there. You can definitely find all the rollers at the Beachbody site, my site, or just basic websites in general. They all carry a lot of the equipment, so just find the best price is what I say. You know, if you're a club member with Beachbody, you're going to save 10%. Oh my gosh, but this is not an advertisement. I don't know where I went, but I know a lot of us don't have them, so I wanted to give you that little reference, okay? So now what I did was I massaged it, and I feel it, okay? So now what I want to do is I'm going to take the roller. I'm not going to go to the other leg yet. I'm going to stay on the same leg. I'm going to work the side of my hip, the IT band. So what I want to do is I want to just go ahead and bring it here. I'm going to lay the outside of my hip onto there. Now what I don't want to do is stack this leg, because trust me, this is a very tight area. And I bring my elbow down right under my shoulder. And I'm just going to go ahead and stagger my feet. Okay, so I'm working on this hip that's lower, okay? And I want to kind of tilt forward. So a lot of people I've noticed who do this stretch kind of stay right on the side of the hip. I want you to tilt slightly forward, so almost like you're falling forward, okay? And then you're going to start to really feel that IT band stretch. Now I might have to adjust myself if I move out of the camera, but you don't worry about that. You just stay right here. Now if you have upper hip area is tight up here, breathe. Find it, breathe. If it's not tight, you're going to roll down. See, I feel it right there, okay? And the first time I did this, I'm going to move a little bit because I'm going to go right out of the camera. So you just stay right where you are. But the first time I did this, I worked with a trainer years ago, and he was showing me the roller specifically here. And he was a, you know, really strong guy and a great trainer. And I start to move it down as I continue to talk. And now as you're moving it down, you can also rotate a little bit to the back and then a little bit forward into your quad. Okay, so you're going to feel that. And again, if it tightens up a lot, stop. Use your breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and try to relax your body. The idea is not to tense, because the tenser you make your body, the worse it's going to feel. So try to relax, even though I know it's painful at some points. Like I was saying about my trainer story, he was telling me, because he was showing me this, and I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. And he told me, Kathy, this makes grown men cry. Seriously. He says, I've taken so many athletes and just, you know, really ultra strong, flexible men on this roller, and they have totally just been defeated. So it's needed. If you're at that point and right now you're feeling this, good thing you picked this up and you're working. And I'm going to come down a little bit lower because I'm really feeling it. I want to stay a little bit longer in this part of the body. So I'm feeling it. I'm breathing. I'm thinking of nice thoughts. I'm relaxing my shoulders. I'm not tensing. Put on some music in the background so you have something to kind of relax you. I'm going to shift forward into my quads. Ow, ow, ow. And then I'm going to come down a little bit more. You see it's just minute movements. I'm going to sit right here. I feel it. Oh my gosh, and right there. Breathe. I'm still kind of in the camera frame. Good, let's go down a little bit more, or when you need to. Maybe you already have. Good, and I'm gonna rotate forward into my quads. Not really tight right there, so I'm gonna come down a little bit deeper. I feel it right there. I'm gonna turn, 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 ow. Good, and breathe through it, relax. And once you start to feel the pressure release, then you can go down to the next point. I know my face is out of the camera, but you can still see the roller. We're still right on target. And we're going to come forward a little bit and bring it down. Now, once you come towards your knee a little bit, don't ever go on top of your knee, but you're going to feel it a little bit more near your knee, especially if you have knee issues. And trust me, this will help them so much. Come forward a little bit. Breathe. Roll it down again. Hold if you feel it. If not, turn a little bit more to the side. Ow, ow, ow. Relax your shoulders, soften your face, and breathe. Come down a little bit more. So I'm not going to go onto my knee. I'm going to stop just above my knee. That's where I feel it, right there. I'm going to turn, oh, I feel right there, right over my knee. And then back down. Okay, so typically one time is not going to make you completely relax. It's still going to feel a little bit tight, but it should have kind of relaxed and you hit the tighter areas and you breathe through it and you hold on to it, right? Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the, let's just do the other side. I'm going to switch legs, I'm going to switch sides of the mat. Okay, so I'm going to take it again, right near my ankle, stretching out my calf, or kind of rolling it out, lifting your hips if you need, and just rotating inside, outside. You'll notice sometimes too, one side of your body might feel a little bit tighter than the other. I notice my left side of my body is usually tighter, even though I'm right-handed. Because they tell you sometimes you're tighter on your strong side, which not in my case, I'm tighter on my weak side. So it just, you know, there's no perfect answer. It's just you. Where are you tighter, left or right side? Or maybe you're equally flexible or not so flexible, or you know, you need to just kind of find what works for you. And I'm moving rather quickly on this side because I did the roll a little bit ago and it's not feeling so tight, but I want you to spend a little bit more time. And again, this is not going to be, this video is not going to be, you know, the length that you should follow. You should follow the length that you feel good with. And rotate to the outside. And I feel a little pocket right here, so I'm going to hold it. Turn. Come down again, never go right behind your knee. I stop just before I get to that point. And I rotate inward. So the inside part is where I feel it again. Inside towards my shin. And then I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to move the roller to the other side so I can hit my opposite side of the hip. I T-band again. So we set this up again. I'm going to take my hip right on top, take my elbow under my shoulder, and again, let's stagger my legs. And I'm going to bring myself, so if we're sitting straight, like if you're doing leg lifts, don't do that. Slightly forward. You want to kind of bring your hip forward, and it's almost like you're falling forward. So you can bring this other hand here. And you can use the front leg to kind of push yourself up. So once you hit that outer hip area, you're going to feel a bit, and you can rotate back towards the glutes. And then come forward a little bit towards the quads. And the idea is just to breathe. Okay, you want to, oh my God, feel it right there. You want to really relax. And it'd be helpful the first couple times to do this even in a mirror so you can kind of see the parts of the body that you're hitting. It's good to feel it, obviously, too, but sometimes we don't really, we need to visualize, we need to see it in front of us. So if you need that, go ahead and grab that mirror. Go ahead and rotate to my quad, and I'm going to the side again. It's pretty tight in this area, so take your time. Feel that tightness and breathe. So that means stop. It's tight, there's a knot. Don't stop where you're relaxing. Stop where you kind of want to cry. I know it's such a sad thought, but you kind of do want to cry. I'm going to shift this because, again, I'm going to move out of that camera. So I'm going to go right back to where I was, my hip. But now you can see. And I'm going to rotate this way towards my quad. Relax your shoulders. Really try to release all the tension you're holding in your upper body. And you just want to kind of let that pressure, like there's somebody's just driving their elbow into the side of your hip, right? Getting a deep tissue massage. All it costs is what, 20 bucks, give or take. Breathe. Seriously, sound like I'm doing a commercial. I'm not. I promise. I don't care where you buy your roller. I don't care which roller you buy. I just care that you do this. Okay, just do this at least once a week, if not more. I'm rolling it down as I relax. Out. I feel it right here. Back to the side. And again, don't just follow exactly what I'm telling you. This is not really like an exercise workout where, you know, we count you down and we tell you to follow. It's more about finding your points of tension and holding it there, not hiding it. Now my face is out of the camera again, but you can still see the roller. And we're rolling down and to the outside, and I'm right above my knee again. And I'm going to go to the inside or right above my knee. Breathe and take it down. So, it was simple, right? Not really. Tends to be super tight, okay? Now I want to go ahead and roll out the glutes and the back of the legs, your hamstrings, okay? So another tight area too. What I want to do is just kind of sit on one side of your glutes. So you're going to kind of sit down. Now the rumble roller is like the spikes are a little bit worse, so if you're using that and you're not liking it in the beginning, grab another roller. It's going to make you so much happier and you'll be able to do a little bit more, okay? So we're going to go roll up, kind of right on the outside of the glute. And feel that. Come down, make sure you're breathing. Don't put too much pressure on your shoulder of the supporting arm. I'm going to come down my lower back a little bit because I notice I've been having tension there, and I know it's all, you know, connected. My hamstrings have been tight, my lower back. I'm going to rotate a little bit to just the middle of my glute. I'm still on the same side. I haven't gone to the other side yet. I'm going to roll down. I'm not super tight to my glutes, so, you know, if you are, you're not, doesn't matter. Do what you need to do and move on if you don't have to. Okay, so, and again, you can kind of shift back to the side of the hip, but again, we did that. If you want to repeat a little bit more in the IT, that's okay. I'm just rolling down, and I'm going to go back to the center. And I kind of start to feel my hamstring engage here. If I feel that starting to stretch or tension of it anyway, and I'm going to turn. Good. And now what I want to do is I want to take it to the floor. So I'm going to sit down carefully because I don't want us to fall. I'm going to move this a little bit forward, and I'm going to continue right where I was. So right at the bottom of my glute, right at the top of the hamstring, what I want to do is I want to start rolling down from here. Now here, if you're feeling like this part, I usually don't feel it as much, so now I can stack my leg. Yes, even on the rumble roller. I'm just going to go side, inside, outside to inside. And I feel a little tension there. If I need to sit back down, if my hands start to get a little bit tight or I need to sit back down, go ahead and then come back up when you're ready. And roll back a little bit further. I need to drop so I can move. And again, don't go right behind the knee, but just above the back of that knee will work. And I feel a little tension here again. And that's going to be connected to my knee issues. It'll make your body so much happier. And this is not going to take the place of your yoga practice or your flexibility, because this is different. So, you know, a little less of the flexibility, but more of the working out the tight tension, those knots. Okay, and I'm going to sit on my other glute. I'm actually going to turn to the other side, but you can just stay on the same side. I just do that for the camera so you can see what's happening. So again, I'm going to sit on this side of my glute. And this hand's behind me for balance. This hand I can just bring to help me. So I'm turning. I feel it on the outside. Again, it's not too bad. It might be for you. I'm not telling you what you're feeling. I'm just being honest with what I feel. Okay, and then I'm going to feel a little bit deeper on this side. Okay, it's my left side. What do you know? And oh yeah, right there, that's tight. So I feel that pocket and I want to breathe and I just want to relax. And then I'm going to turn a little bit more to the outside, roll it down a little bit, and then bring it to the back. So now I start to feel right where my hamstring is. And then we're going to sit down. I'm going to move this forward and tap my computer because I can't see. And let's bring it to the hamstrings again. So moving down, I want to sit down. So right where, again, stay on that same side, right under the glute to the hamstring. And if you need to, go ahead and stack your legs, or you can keep the leg here. I'm just going to roll it back. Try not to have too much pressure on your hands and shoulders. And I'm going to rotate to the outside a little bit. And I feel it again here. So I just breathe. And then I rotate a little bit to the inside. Stack my legs again. Do what works. If you have to shift things around, shift it around, but try to kind of go back to that same area. Try not to get lost too much or skip too many parts of your body, because that'll also make a difference. I'm going to shift to the inside. So again, right above my knee on the inside of my leg, I feel that. It's tight. I need to breathe, relax as much as I can. You're doing great. Good. I'm going to come down. Nice. Now, the next part is what I love working my lower back. So right where you left off, so we work the glutes. Now I'm going to take the lower back right into that roller. And what I do from here is I take my elbows down, or I could take your hands down at first. Then you're just going to kind of shift, and you can walk your feet out on this one, okay? So you're bringing it down. You can kind of move gently to the side. You want to go right on areas or organs that are going to hurt you in the other ways. So we want to kind of work in the areas that need to be released. So now I'm just moving up the base of my spine. I could gently turn to my side because I could kind of feel the base of my lats, which are very, very tight for me. So I feel this a lot, especially with the rumble roller. It's not my friend right now. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to be happy anyway. Good. And here you can rotate if you'd like to. And just kind of stay into the lat area. So kind of the side, going up the side of your back. So right up towards that shoulder blade. You can lift up the hips, you can keep that leg on the ground. So I'm still feeling it. This is still pressure enough. My body against the roller, against the ground. And right up. Yes, it's so good for you. Go back. And then I'm going to go right near my shoulder blade. Good. Kind of feel that here if you need that area. Otherwise, you can kind of turn onto your shoulder. Now the rumble roller, again, I keep repeating it, but you're going to feel it a lot more if you have this. You just kind of come up and down your shoulder. You can turn to the front. Okay, you can also do a little bit in the pecs. And just do what feels nice, okay, or what you need to. If it's feeling like it's not an area that you should be stretching, then, you should be rolling, then don't do that. Just move it. Now an area that I usually have a lot of tightness in that, because I just did this a little bit ago, but my tricep area, the back of my arm. So what you can do for that, and you can take this at your time too, is I turn. So you're just kind of rotating on that roller. And then I'm going to bring it down. So you can start near the elbow if that's easier. And just kind of roll it side to side. And it come up a little bit. So the back of my arm, and I'm feeling pretty good now, but I did do this and it was super tight earlier. So I'm going to come back, and you can go back down the side again, or we can go to the other side. So I'm going to take this to the side of the mat like I've been doing, and go back to my lower back again, which always can't get enough. It just feels so amazing to get that stretch right there. And to come down my back, my spine, breathing. And then I'm going to rotate to the side so I can feel that tension right at the base of my lats. It's a big muscle group, so you really want to take some time there. If you're having a lot of tension here, take a little bit longer in this area. You can lift your hips. You can keep the hips on the ground. Again, I'm feeling this enough with my hips on the ground. And I'm breathing. Rotate back a little bit. down. And smile. You know, if you feel it, sometimes we tend to tense our fingers, shrug our shoulders, tense our face. The idea is to do the opposite and relax. Soften your fingers, soften your shoulders, soften your face. It's just going to come down, 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 down. You can keep that arm over the roller for a little bit. You can go back a little bit more and come right underneath. Oh, I feel that right there too. And you notice the more often you do this, you start to relax. You start to actually feel the parts of your body release that you didn't even realize were tight. I'm not kidding. Like there's like areas of my body I thought, oh my gosh, I just don't even feel like, you know, when I do work this more, I don't feel my knee issues and I don't feel my lower back issues. But when it's been a while, you know, it catches up with you. So again, you can roll down, work the shoulder, you can work the front of the shoulder, and then you can work the pec. So to do the pec, I want you to keep your arms down. You're just going to roll from side to side, you know, however area feels good. And then we're going to go back to this arm for your triceps in this arm. And you can start at your elbow, right underneath your elbow, right above your elbow. And just rotate side to side. That feels nice. And then all the way up, right into the underneath the armpit. Feel right there. And take your time. If you need more of that area, go ahead and hold it longer. Good. And then last but not least, I like to kind of relax into it. So I'm going to turn it lengthwise, and I'm going to lay the base of my spine at the bottom. So I kind of have a seat here, okay? And I'm going to lie, so make sure that my head can rest on the top of the roller. Good. Now I'm just going to extend the legs. So you can separate your legs into a V, bring your arms out, and just breathe. Relaxing your shoulders from your ears. Take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let's add the arms with that. Inhale the arms up, but keep them close to the ground. You're going to draw the back of the hands to the floor, and to exhale down. And let's do that one more time. Inhale. So you're sliding the back of your hands against the floor if you can, or just above the ground, and exhale down. And let the weight of your body sink down. Tilt your tailbone under, let the lower back rest as close as possible to the roller. It doesn't have to be exactly down. And just let your chest open, relax your legs, and know that you just did something good for your body. Have a good day, everybody. Do it as much as you need to throughout your week. You cannot overdo the rolling. See you later.